My name is Sophia, and I am 28 years old. 3 years ago, I met a man who changed everything. His name was Zane. He was tall, handsome, and had the kindest smile I had ever seen. From the very first moment, he made me feel special, like I was the only woman in the world. He used to say, "You are my sunshine, Sophia. I cannot stop thinking about you." And I believed him. We met at a bookstore. I dropped a book, and he picked it up for me. That small moment became the beginning of something beautiful. We started talking every day, morning messages, long phone calls at night, and little surprises that made me smile. One day, he brought me flowers to my office just because he missed me. My friends said, "Sophia, he is perfect for you." And I agreed. He was gentle, respectful, and always listened when I spoke. He remembered every little thing about me, my favorite color, my favorite food, even the way I liked my coffee. It felt like a fairy tale. I was falling in love, deeply and truly. Soon he met my family. My mother hugged him and said, "Take care of my daughter." He smiled and promised, "I will never hurt her, not even in my dreams." I believed every word. We planned everything: vacations, birthdays, even baby names. We dreamed about buying a small house by the sea with a garden full of flowers. Every night, we would talk about the future. I remember one night, he held my hand and said, "Sophia, I want to grow old with you." I had tears in my eyes, happy tears. In my heart, I thought, this is it. This is the man I will spend my life with. This is the love I had always waited for. I gave him my heart fully and completely. I trusted him. I loved him more than anything in this world. But life does not always go the way we dream. Sometimes even the brightest smiles can hide the darkest secrets. But I did not know that yet. For me, this was the perfect beginning. A love story I thought would never break. At first, everything was perfect. But slowly, very slowly, things began to change. Zane, the man who used to text me, "Good morning, beautiful," stopped sending messages. No more flowers. No more surprises. No more "I miss you" calls at night. At first, I told myself, he is just busy. Work must be hard. It is okay. But deep inside, my heart felt something strange. A quiet voice whispered, "Sophia, something is wrong." One evening, I cooked his favorite dinner, creamy pasta with garlic bread. I wore his favorite blue dress, even put on red lipstick just the way he liked it. He came home late. No smile, no kiss, not even a "thank you for the dinner." He just said, "I am tired. I need to sleep," and walked away. I stood there, holding the plate, my heart sinking. I told myself again, he is stressed. Do not overthink, Sophia. But the small signs kept growing. He started hiding his phone, always keeping it in his pocket or turning it face down. The password was changed, and he never told me. When I asked, he snapped, "Why are you acting like a detective? Do you not trust me?" I stayed silent because I did trust him, or at least I wanted to. Then came the lies, small ones, but they hurt. He said he was working late, but I saw a photo of him at a cafe, laughing with someone. When I asked, he said, "Oh, it was just a quick break. Nothing important." But I saw the way he avoided my eyes. That night, I cried myself to sleep. I held my pillow tight and whispered, "Please, Do not let this be real. My heart was breaking, but my mind was still trying to believe his words. He had become distant, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. There were no more long talks, no more late-night dreams, no more love in his voice, just silence and cold answers. Still, I loved him. I told myself, every couple has hard days. This is just a phase. Things will get better. But deep down, I knew something was changing. Something was dying. And I was the only one trying to save it. It was a Sunday afternoon. Zane said he had a meeting again. But something inside me said, follow him just once. My hands were shaking. My heart was racing. But I picked up my coat and quietly followed his car. He drove to the other side of town, parked near a cozy little cafe I had never seen before. I waited across the street, hiding behind a tree, praying I was wrong. Then I saw her, a woman, pretty, young, laughing loudly. Zane stepped out of the car and walked straight to her. He hugged her. He hugged her, not like a friend, not like a colleague, but like a lover. She touched his face. He smiled, that smile I had not seen in months. My heart shattered right there, on that cold, quiet street. Tears filled my eyes. My knees felt weak, but I kept watching, like my soul needed to see the truth with its own eyes. They went inside the cafe, sat at a corner table, held hands like teenagers in love. And I stood outside, broken, shaking, crying, but silent. That night, I waited. When Zane came home, he looked tired or maybe guilty. He kissed my cheek for the first time in weeks. And I smiled. Yes, I smiled because I now knew the truth. And sometimes knowing the truth is the first step to finding yourself. He changed his clothes, took a shower, and said, work was exhausting. I nodded, but inside, my heart whispered, liar. I did not confront him. Not yet. I needed to breathe. I needed to feel. I needed to prepare for the storm. That night, I lay beside him, but I felt like a stranger in my own bed. I stared at the ceiling and asked myself, when did our love die? Was it slow or sudden? The truth was now clear, and once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. The next morning, I stood in front of the mirror. I looked at myself, not just my face, but my soul. Who are you now, Sophia? I whispered to the reflection. I was not the same woman I was a year ago, or even a month ago. Something inside me had died, but something new, something stronger was being born. That morning, I made a decision. Today, I will speak the truth. Zane came into the kitchen, fixing his tie, holding his phone, looking busy, like always. He said, morning. I replied, we need to talk. His eyes froze. He looked at me, not with love, but with suspicion. What about? He asked, still scrolling on his phone. I took a deep breath. My hands were cold, but my voice was steady. I followed you yesterday. I said softly. He looked up. His phone slipped from his hand. What? He whispered. I saw you with her. I said, I saw you hug her. I saw the way you looked at her, like you used to look at me. He stepped back. He rubbed his forehead. He sighed. Then he said it. It's not what you think. I laughed. A bitter laugh. Really, Zane? Because it looked exactly like what I thought. He stayed silent. I continued. How long has it been? Weeks? Months? Did you ever think of me while you were lying to my face every night?" His voice shook. "It just happened. I didn't plan it. She was just someone I could talk to." I looked at him, this man I once loved with all my heart, and said, "And I was what? Furniture?" Tears filled my eyes, but I did not let them fall. He tried to reach for my hand. I stepped back. "No, Zane, do not touch me. Not now." He whispered, "I am sorry." But it was too late for sorry. I had waited for honesty. I had waited for love. And all I got was betrayal. I turned away from him and walked into the living room. There, I saw our wedding photo on the wall. Two smiling faces. Two people full of hope. I took the photo down, slowly, and I held it close. Then, I let it go. The frame hit the ground and shattered into 100 pieces. "Just like my heart," Zane whispered. "Please do not end us like this." I turned around. "You ended us, Zane, when you chose her." He sat on the couch, speechless. I could see the regret in his eyes. But it came too late. I walked to the bedroom, pulled out a suitcase, and started packing. Not because I was weak, but because I finally knew I deserved more. I deserved honesty. I deserved love. I deserved peace. That night, I checked into a small hotel. Tiny bed, quiet room, no luxury, but it felt like freedom. I curled up under the blanket, and for the first time in months, I cried, not just tears of pain, but tears of release. I was letting go of the lies, the weight, the broken promises. I was not okay, not yet, but I knew I would be, one day at a time. The sun peeked through the window. It was my third morning in the hotel. No alarm clock, no Zane, no cold silence, just me and a soft kind of stillness. I sat by the window with a cup of tea, staring at the sky. It was cloudy, but somehow I felt light. Maybe peace does not come all at once. I thought, maybe it comes in small, quiet pieces. That day, I decided to go out, not to run from pain, but to breathe, to live, even if it hurt a little. I walked to the park near the old library. There were children playing, an old couple laughing on a bench, birds flying in circles above the trees. Life was still moving. The world was not waiting for my sadness, and that was okay. I sat on the bench, closed my eyes, and whispered, "I am still here." It felt like a promise to myself. That evening, I called my best friend, Laura. She had no idea what I was going through. I had kept it all inside, but now I was ready. As soon as she picked up, I burst into tears. "Sophia, what is wrong?" she asked, her voice full of worry. "It is over, Laura," I whispered. "Zane, he cheated on me." There was silence. Then, her voice soft and fierce. "Come stay with me. Right now. You do not have to go through this alone." I smiled through my tears. I forgot what it felt like to be cared for. 2 hours later, I was at Lara's apartment. She held me like a sister. We cried. We talked. We even laughed a little about his horrible cooking and how I always pretended to love his burnt toast. That night, I slept deeply. No nightmares, just dreams of open roads and blue skies. The next few weeks were not easy. Some days I felt brave, other days broken, but I kept going. I joined a small art class at the community center. I painted my pain in bold colors. I let it out on canvas, stroke by stroke. One afternoon, the teacher looked at my painting and said, "There is something powerful in your sadness." And for the first time, I felt proud of my scars. I was healing, slowly, beautifully. One morning, I looked in the mirror again. Same face, same brown eyes, but a new smile, not forced, not painted on, real, because I had walked through fire. And I was still standing. I no longer needed Zane's love to feel whole. I had my own. I had my friends. I had dreams to chase, books to read, places to explore, and someday, maybe someone new to love, someone honest, someone kind. But for now, I had myself, and that was enough.